Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Baited Podcast. I'm your host, Colossal is Crazy, and I'm joined here today by the man you all love to hate, Just Keemstar.
You don't love to fucking hate me. You fucking love me. I am the greatest of all time, period.
It's debatable. And also, Tommy C.
I got my peasant headset and my peasant microphone. I'm ready to go.
So, the topic of this particular episode is, once again, FouseyTube. And I'm sorry for bringing him up again, but he has just released a video of a very sensitive nature, where he's visiting some child with cancer. So we have to be a little bit delicate with how we approach this.
No, fuck this. This is fucking bullshit. This is manipulation 101. Okay, let me explain something to you. When T. Martin uploads his apology video and he's kissing his dog, what does the whole internet do? Freaks the fuck out. What did you do, clown?
Yeah, I freaked out, but this is a particularly delicate situation, Keem, because it's a kid, he's got cancer. It's very difficult to talk about because FouseyTube, in my opinion, has manipulated it as such.
Okay, for those of you that don't know, let me explain real quick what happened. FouseyTube was getting tons of hate, tons of shit, right? And all of a sudden, he comes out with this video saying, look, we shouldn't be focusing on the drama. We should be focusing on my fan who has cancer that's about to die or whatever, or that may die or whatever, who's battling for his life. And then he goes and he visits him and he hangs out with him. And, of course, there's, like, multiple camera angles. So he literally has a cameraman with him recording all of this. And he's hanging out with him, and he's basically showing everyone, look, I'm a good guy. I'm hanging out with a cancer patient. You know what I mean? And when Clown is saying we have to be delicate about this, what I think Clown is saying is, like, what FouseyTube did was nice, but the question is, why did he do that? Why did he make a video showing what he did?
Right,
he do
exactly. He didn't need the fucking camera in there. He could have done it out of the generosity of his heart. He didn't need to actually fucking film it. That's the
child is a human shield. It's funny that he mentioned Captain America, because that's exactly what I thought the child was the entire time. Just a shield to block legitimate criticism. You can't criticize me. Look, I have a child with cancer here. And if you listen to the conversation that was edited, it's quite incredible. The entire conversation is about FouseyTube. I don't know anything about this kid other than he lives in San Francisco. It was amazing. He used a child to avoid criticism and actually deflect criticism to his critics.
Not just any child, a child with brain cancer.
It's almost
unbelievable.
I'm not laughing at that kid because he was good with the kid, and the kid was really happy to see him. But, I mean, it was almost comical. I'm in trouble. I'm going to use this kid with cancer to sort of set me straight and keep what's important in life, which is not drama, when this guy initiated the drama to begin with. This is really a damage control campaign. It's comical, to be honest.
It's manipulation 101. And listen, I said this in my video on Drumler and my rant. I said, listen, I've been in this industry for a long time, all right? And what I've learned is that the so-called good guys are the manipulative, sneaky bad guys, all right? And the so-called bad guys are the outspoken, a lot of times turn out to be the actual good guys because they're fucking real. They're keeping it real with you. FouseyTube is fake, okay? This whole, why wasn't there a video a month ago with him going to see this cancer patient? Why isn't there a video 2 months ago with him going to see this cancer patient? Right? Why is it right in the midst of this drama? To make him look good. His purpose of doing this was to save his own ass. It's selfish reasons. It is not for the sake of, I want to go hang out with this fan that is sick.
But it works. That's the most frightening thing about it.
Yes.
It's working fantastic.
And this is the problem. This is what I have realized over the last couple weeks. Viewers are fucking stupid. I'm sorry. You're listening to this right now and you're like, did he just insult me? Yeah, I fucking did, dude. You are stupid. You fucking viewers are so fucking dumb. I go to that FouseyTube video. There's 300,000 likes? Nobody sees the bullshit. Why? All right? Grade A under A makes up these crazy accusations about me. All right, I prove that it's all false and it's all bullshit.
Let's not
Nobody
make this.
sees
Let's
you-
not make this about grade A, under A, just yet.
No,
all right?
no. We are
get
going to make it about
I
grade
get the
A.
comparison. Let's not make this about grade A. We're talking about Fusi. We can bring up grade A a little bit later.
No, it is
But I can
bullshit.
see the way
It is
that I can see
fucking-
the way that this conversation is trending. So let's stay
No,
on Fusi
I am
tube.
pissed off. I am more pissed off at the viewers than I am at actual grade A, under A, Leafy, FouseyTube, or any of these fucking liars.
Why
out
are
there.
you surprised, Keem? Why are
I
you
am
surprised?
pissed off because the viewers, dude, I am so frustrated with you. All right, I didn't raise you motherfuckers to be this
You're his
stupid.
children.
I did not raise you. I did not fucking sit here and entertain you for 7 years for you to fucking turn into this stupid little motherfucking sheep that just listen to what goddamn YouTubers say and just go with it. Oh, it must be true because so-and-so said it and they got 1 million subs. Are you that fucking dumb? Stop being so fucking dumb. Your job as a human is to seek the goddamn truth, and that is it. Just seek the fucking truth. You don't fucking listen to what other people say and just repeat it and accept it as fact. You take that into consideration with your final decision. With your final
what
judgment.
do you expect, Keem, though? Seriously, what
Yeah,
do you
like,
expect?
what do you
expect
What's
the
the main
viewers-
demographic of YouTube? What's the main demographic of YouTube?
I don't give a fuck if they're fucking 10 years old. I don't care if they're 50 years old. I don't care what your age is, all right? Listen to me right now, you stupid motherfucking viewers. Listen to me, and listen to me well, all right? Do not be a fucking sheep. Do not listen to what anyone says, including myself. You listen to what I say, and you take that in consideration of making your final judgment. But you have a responsibility to seek the facts. You have a responsibility to listen to both sides. You have a responsibility to try to find the truth at all times. And if you are not fucking doing that, you are going to just follow for the rest of your goddamn life. You're going to follow other people, and they are going to lead you down a path of fucking lies and fucking misfortune. Seeking the truth, grabbing all the knowledge you possibly can, trying to figure out this world and solve the mysteries of this world will make you into a successful person. If you are one of these people that do not do that, if you are one of these people that just follow, you are going to get scammed all throughout life. You're going to get scammed to buy fucking stupid t-shirts that say, make YouTube positive again. You're going to get fucking scammed to go hate on people that don't deserve hate. You're going to get scammed out of fucking donating to fucking criminals. You're going to get scammed to go on a CSGO gambling site and give all your fucking money away. You are going to get scammed over and over and over again until you decide that you want knowledge, until you decide that you have the power to make the decision, till you decide that you're going to fucking drive the car and you're not going to let one of these giant fucking YouTubers, these giant influencers fucking throw you in the back of the bus and take you wherever the fuck they want to go.
I don't know, Keem. I think you're wrong because Leafy and Grade and FouseyTube are doing great.
This
And
is
it's
the
because
whole
of
point. They
stupid
shouldn't be
viewers.
doing.
It's
they
because
shouldn't
of
be doing
stupid
so
viewers.
great.
I know.
This
It's
is the
just
thing.
funny to keep.
I
keep
can't
going.
argue with what Keem is saying. This is
No.
very true. You know, if you're just because you're a fan of someone doesn't give you the excuse to just automatically agree with them. You have to see both sides of the coin. But the problem is, what's the main demographic of YouTube? It's these very young children, like
Well, you know,
children
I don't-
up to teenagers. This is the
I
problem.
think I think it's societal, to be honest with you, because I mean, the kids that I meet today, and I try not to be one of those old farts. Well, they're nowhere like when I was a kid, but I do think there's a lack of in all school systems across the United States, Central Europe, and even in the UK. They're not teaching children critical thinking skills. They're teaching them how to feel and not how to think. So I think we have an abundance of these kids where they had them when I was a kid too. I mean, they were teaching us.
That's the problem. That's the problem. You're talking about they're teaching them how to feel, right?
Yeah,
Well,
not how to
what the
think.
fuck do these YouTubers do? What do they do when they're trying to manipulate?
No.
They play that fucking sad music in the background, or
Right.
they play that inspirational music in the background. But you're editing this podcast, clown. Put some fucking inspirational music on right now. Let's make YouTube real again.
It is a problem, and especially, I mean, it should be obvious to fucking everyone. If you play that little fucking music, you know it's going to be a manipulation. I don't understand how people don't see that. I mean, as a perfect example, it shows like America's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent, a talent comes on, talent in inverted commas, comes on, and they've got a sad story. They always play that sad music. In fact, if you haven't got a sad story, chances are you won't get on the fucking show. Good comparison for people
Well,
like
look at
FouseyTube
Susan
who always
Boyle.
use this fucking music.
Yeah, they do. FouseyTube always uses that bullshit music. But look at Susan Boyle for an example. If you look at her audition tape, all right, she goes out on the stage and everyone's poking fun at her and she's like a complete joke. But then when she sings, all right, and she's done singing, all right, this music comes on. It is the most inspirational fucking thing ever. Dude, it is like, Old Yeller died, fucking Free Willy. Like, I'm just trying to think of like inspirational like movies where crazy shit happens.
It's classic manipulation. It is, but as long as it's within a reasonable context, it's fine. But the thing is, with FouseyTube, he's literally talking about going to see a child with cancer, and he's using it as a ploy, and the correct word is ploy, to reduce the hate against him. And so when I heard that music, I mean, for me, it was just so fucking obvious. The whole video was so fucking obvious to me. But you can't even say anything about it because you see that it's a good deed. You don't see the fact that it's only a good deed because FouseyTube has an ulterior motive. That's the problem. And so to talk about it, you're automatically the fucking bad guy. That's why I said it's a very sensitive topic.
Did you see the Twitter video I made talking about it? I was the most careful I've ever been.
I fucking
no,
were.
your Twitter
You sent me
video
that Twitter video, and I was like, "Fuck me, this isn't Keemstar. Who the fuck is this guy?"
Dude, you know what my Twitter video wanted to be?
He's gonna.
I'm gonna give you an example of what the Twitter
off.
video that I wanted to put out. All right, this is what I was gonna say. FouseyTube is a fucking piece of shit. Are you kidding me? He's grabbing this fucking cancer patient and put hey guys, look, cancer patient. I'm gonna go save the fucking day. This guy is a fucking wolf's in sheep's clothing. Fuck this guy. I cannot believe he used that cancer patient. That's ridiculous.
What's the matter with you, Keem? Keem, do you like kids with cancer? That's must be you. You love that kid has cancer. How dare you say that?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's
you can make the best statement possible, and it's very difficult to do when we haven't written a script or anything for this. It's very difficult to do. But even if you did have one, we'd still get hate for it because it's such a sensitive fucking topic. Here's my question, and I don't want to blame the parents too much for this. But why did they let FouseyTube come into a hospital ward with a fucking camera?
I can explain that real quick. These are people that are losing hope, and anything, and that kid. Whether FouseyTube was using this as a ploy or not, it made that kid stay. You could see it, you could feel it.
Of course, I don't doubt that. Why did they accept the fact that he came in with a camera?
The parents, it's just hope. All right, this guy's a big celebrity. Maybe this is what all big YouTubers do. Maybe this is what all, maybe they need money. And they were just going along with it. Remember, in the United States, we don't have healthcare systems like we do in Europe. So, and it's just, there's this feeling of such hopelessness. There's nothing worse as a parent. I don't think there's any other nightmare on planet than losing a child. So I think you'll just do anything, and you might let rationality slip. So I think
that's a great. I think it's a great point, Tommy, as well, because I was just thinking just now. This idea just came to me. If the kid sees the YouTube video uploaded on Fousey's channel, so he's literally watching himself, maybe that's going to be good for the kid, and maybe they anticipated that because I honestly didn't think of that. So that is an excellent point, Tommy.
I'm glad he did it. I'm absolutely glad he did it. But it was just funny the way he was leading the conversation. Hey, you don't want me to do drama anymore. Okay. Yeah, so you want us me to rise above it. Yeah, okay. That kid was just happy for him to be there. He's using him. It's disgusting.
No one can criticize him for what he did, all right? No one can criticize FouseyTube for going and hanging out with a sick kid. No one can accuse him or criticize him for what he did. But we can criticize him, and we are going to criticize him for why he did it. And that's the difference here.
It's really very, very sick. If you think about it, it is genuinely sick, and I'm going to go so far as to say evil. I genuinely think this is an evil guy.
I'm going to tell you right now. When these people were making these fucking bullshit exposed videos on me, all right? In the middle of all this kid tweeted at me, and he was like, "Look, my daughter has this illness, all right? Our car broke down, all right? I need a car to drive my girlfriend to work and to drive my daughter to go to hospital visits and stuff, all right?" And I felt bad for him. So I donated $4,000 to this kid so he could buy a new car. All right. I looked on Craigslist. I was looking for SUVs in his area, found decent ones for like $4,000. I sent him the $4,000 or whatever. All right. I didn't make a fucking Twitter video. It wasn't reported on Drumler. It wasn't reported anywhere.
Yeah, but you realize just by virtue of saying
I didn't make
that,
a YouTube
Keem,
video.
Keem, you realize by virtue of saying that, you're going to get the same criticism as FouseyTube did, and that you're just trying to make this about
I mean,
yourself.
it was.
No,
it's not as bad, but it was a bit of a mistake, Keem, on your part to post that video to Twitter. I felt like this should have been done privately, not publicly.
Well, I just wanted to explain to him. I was like, I would, Dad.
But
I understand what it's like.
I understand why, and I don't think your motives here were similar to FouseyTube. But it was a mistake to post that publicly on Twitter. This should have been handled privately. This shouldn't have been Keemstar. Keemstar was just donating money to this kid because he's going through all the shit at the moment. The timing was bad. Now, I know for a fact that you have done a lot of good for people in the past, but because you posted this publicly on Twitter, it looked to other people that you were using the fact that you gave $5,000.
It was 4,000.
Sorry, 4,000.
Okay, if I upload a video on Twitter, all right, it might get 10,000 plays.
But it came at the
all right?
wrong time. That's my point. It came
If I
at the wrong
upload a
time.
video on YouTube, it's gonna get fucking like potentially 1 million plays.
Of course, I'm not saying it's a disparatable difference between FouseyTube's video at all. However, it was still a big mistake to post that publicly. And I don't think you did it intentionally. You didn't intentionally think about it. But it came across to certain people. You were just using this to reduce the hate against you.
If I was, all right, I would take it to YouTube. I would do exactly what FouseyTube did. I'd play the sad music. I am not a stupid person, all right? There's a video that Basher exposed me saying that, where I'm saying, like, I'm the greatest manipulator of all time.
Yeah, what was that
Basher,
about,
right?
by the way?
Yeah,
Me and Basher were fighting back and forth. He was making up lies, and he was fucking saying he's going to sue me, he's going to call the cops on me, all this ridiculous shit. So I kept fucking with him. You know what I mean? As a troll, dude, when dude shows you your weakness, like, you just keep going, right? And he was trying to manipulate all
that's
these
you,
kids.
Keem.
I mean, you look
was trying to
so
manipulate
bad in that fucking video. Like, you literally look like a villain. He doesn't use any, in fairness, he doesn't use any
I love
context
that.
with it. There's no context
I love
to
that
it.
video.
You look like a fucking villain.
Super
He
villain.
looks like a villain.
Super villain.
You look like you kidnapped my kid. I'm a better manipulator than you.
I absolutely love that video, and I don't remember recording it. And when I saw it, I was like, dude, that dude's badass. That's what I thought to myself. But but what I'm saying is I am not a stupid person. I know people think I'm stupid because like I have problems with reading and writing and fucking spelling and all that shit, right? But I am not a dumb person. And if I wanted to use this situation where I helped this guy out for my own personal gain, I would have fucking done it. I would have done it on a big scale, and I would let everyone know, all right? But I didn't. I just wanted to make a Twitter video to explain I know what it's like to be a parent. I know what it's when I became a parent, Clown, the only thing I could think of is I have a job now to provide for my family. I need to make a lot of money. I need to buy a house, all right? I need to buy vehicles. I need to pay bills. Like I need to do this big stuff because I am a parent. So I understood that feeling. There were times when I was a parent and I could not pay my rent and I could not pay gas bills. And I remember that. And when I seen this video and I seen this, young parent going through this hard time, I wanted to express to him that I know what that's like, and that's why I'm helping him out.
You got to watch your timing, Keem. I mean,
It was
for the
terrible
sake of-
fucking timing. Terrible.
Yeah, you got to watch your kind of timing.
And that was the case for
Okay,
FouseyTube's video as well, to a certain degree.
Okay,
but it
then
was very
explain this to me.
manipulative as well.
Explain this to me. Okay, I was getting absolutely no hate. Probably about 2 weeks prior to all this drama that was going down. All right, and this guy randomly that I knew that I met once at an MLG event. All right, he passed away, and I donated $500 to him.
Right. I'm not. I never said you didn't.
There
do
was
good.
another
I
guy.
never said
There
you
was
didn't
another guy.
do good things in the past. I said
There was another guy about 2 weeks before that, or maybe a month before that, who lost his job and he was about to get kicked out of his apartment. He needed $500 for rent. I just sent him the $500.
Well, Keem, why do you have to do this? If you know you're a good person,
There
you
was
don't have to advertise
times, because don't tell me it's horrible timing. Don't tell me it's horrible
It
timing.
was, though.
Because no, it's not horrible
from a
timing.
maybe from a reality, but in a political sense, I mean, you're under fire. You have to be aware of the political atmosphere. and your reputation
you
at
do
that
not
time.
understand. I haven't just decided, oh, well, I'm getting shit, so I'm going to go help someone out.
I'm not saying
I've been
you
helping
are.
someone out. I've been helping people out that need help this whole fucking time.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if that's true. It matters what people think is true. Nothing. And I think that's your whole problem here. It's like, why are people such sheep? It doesn't matter what's true. It matters what people think is true. And it's somebody that's a public figure
but
like
this is
you
the thing.
has to be aware of their surroundings.
This is the thing. You will always care what people think. All right? You're telling me right now it matters what people think. I'm telling you right now.
I care about
does
managing
not
my reputation.
matter
But
what
I
Keith,
care
you
about
care as well.
motherfuckers
Let's
think.
face it, you care what
Come
people
on, I
think.
care about managing my reputation.
I
and it's-
care enough to know if you think something false about me for me to fucking correct you or me to punch you in the
That's
face.
fine, but
No, you care about the
no,
hate as well, Keem. Let's face it, you care about the hate. Otherwise, you wouldn't spend so long fucking replying to these people. You wouldn't have made a video saying, "Why am I still getting hate?" You literally titled that video that way. So don't
Right.
sit there and tell me that
Tell you what?
that hate doesn't affect you, because it affects.
I didn't say that,
everyone.
motherfucker. I didn't say. I said.
You said it doesn't
I
matter.
said-
You said it doesn't matter.
no, I said you can't care what people think.
No, I think what he's saying is if you feel the compulsion to help somebody out, you got to do it and you got to deal with it. But it does. From what Clown's saying is you do that and then you get shocked by the backlash, and it just
I
seems
didn't
like
have any backlash. I didn't have any backlash
until
of
somebody
helping
brought
that
it
guy
up.
out.
But there's always that chance that if somebody brought it up, this is self-awareness.
See,
and
your problem. Sorry for interrupting you a little bit, Tommy. But see,
ahead.
your problem is, Keem, that it's not one thing that you do. It's like a multitude of things that just stack up over time, like slowly
what?
building a
Like what?
haystack of things against you.
Like what?
But there's so much, Keem. It's if you
Like
imagine
what?
like every single Twitter post that you made a mistake that you did impulsively. If you stock all these up over time, it's slowly creating that negative
okay, perfect,
opinion of
Clown. I'm glad you said
All
this because I just got a tweet recently saying that I threaten to dox people because they make videos about me. Now let's talk about that, Clown. All right, when I did say that I was going to, I don't know exactly what I said in the tweet because I don't got the tweet right in front of me. But when I said I was going to dox you or whatever, all right, well, what was I really talking about? I was talking about months and months of harassment that you were sending my way.
It wasn't
I
fucking
don't know
harassment.
you.
It was jokes.
Yes, it was.
So
Yes,
we
it
had
was.
this. We had this argument a little bit before. It wasn't fucking
Well,
harassment.
we can have it right now.
Well, okay,
we can
fine.
have it right
Fine,
now,
let's-
motherfucker. Because
oh,
if
right,
you want to
let's
judge me
fucking have it.
and you want to judge my tweets, I'm going to fucking judge you, and I'm going to judge
Fine,
your tweets,
judge
and I'm going
me.
to
What,
explain
for calling
to
you a
everyone
rat?
right
for calling
now.
you a rat. Look, by the way, for
You were
anyone
tweeting
listening,
me
anyone listening in
Are
who doesn't
you-
know this, I actually created the Keemstar as a rat meme. That was fucking me. So. When I called
And
you
I
a rat,
created the meme.
or
I created the
called you-
rat calling
no, you
people
fucking
rat
didn't.
memes.
No, you fucking didn't.
Yes, I
create-
did.
No,
I was
no,
calling
you
people
fucking
fucking
didn't.
rats
I
since
take
2012.
100%. I take 100%
2012.
credit for the
I've
fucking
been
meme
calling
that
people
was,
rats.
And then Donald Dark came up with the Keemstar as a no meme, which really took off. And I'll admit, the meme is fucking better. Like, it's a better meme. It's more funny. But, and you've embraced that meme now, which I think is great, by the way.
Let me explain something to you. Clown, what used to tweet me every day.
Not every day.
nonstop,
No, let's get the
that
facts. Let's get the facts. Let's get the facts
every
right.
day,
Wasn't
every
every
other day,
I used to
nonstop,
tweet
that
it.
I'm a
I used to
rat.
tweet at you a lot as a joke because you're funny to talk about.
Okay.
You're funny to watch. You keep fucking up. So yeah, it's great. It's great. It's great to participate in.
I don't
so
fuck
I came
up.
up with a Keemstar as a rat, and I say, oh look what Keemstar has done again. Look what Keemstar has fucked up again. He said this shit. He said this, and it's fucking
Yeah, but
fun.
the way you
It's fucking
explain
fun.
that, the way
I
you
get
explain that
the
is you
fact that
explain it
people-
like you were tweeting. The way you're explaining it right now is that you're tweeting like once a week. That's the way you're
I
explaining
didn't say
it.
that. I didn't
but
say
that is not real.
I mean, you can read into that. That
I
I was,
would
tweet-
get
that I was
tweets
saying
from
I was
you
tweeting once a week. I'm
multiple
not saying
times
that.
a day of you fucking talking shit about me.
Right, I
right?
talked a lot of shit.
And-
yeah, I granted.
And as this is happening for like a year, over and over and over again, it turns into harassment. It's like, stop talking about me to the point where I block you, all right? and you still sitting there tweeting out pictures, making fun of me nonstop. What did
Yeah.
I do to you?
I'm not saying you did anything to me, but
I
this
didn't
this
do
was
shit
this
to you,
was
right?
this was
Keith,
never
you're
What
this
did
was
I
never
do
to
to you?
destroy you or anything like that. See, some people take.
No,
see,
it was to
let me
harass
finish. Let me
me.
finish.
It was to
Let
harass
me
me.
finish. It's not harassment.
Kim,
it's not
you're a
fucking
public
harassment. It's a
figure,
very strong
Christ
word,
sakes.
harassment. Let's sort this out. Right. When I made these tweets, it was not to harass you. It was not meant to genuinely destroy your channel or destroy Keemstar.
No
I
shit.
did it, but
I
I
didn't
did it
accuse you of that.
because it was a
I did
joke
not accuse you
and
of
it was
that.
fucking funny. The problem is, and I
It
do
was
accept
a
this.
joke
I
that
accept
you
this.
fucking
I
did
accept
over
this
and
fucking
over again
fact,
for-
Keemstar. I accept this fact that some people do take this too seriously. But for me and people like Dolan Dark and Pyrocynical, it was always a fucking joke for us. When we tweeted out Keemstar is a rat, Keemstar is a fucking gnome, it was a joke. Now the problem is,
Okay,
and from your
okay,
perspective,
okay.
I do understand it. From your perspective, I do understand it, right? When people are doing it genuinely maliciously, that is harassment. When people criticize your daughter, which is fucking sick,
Clown,
But
stop
when you
fucking
do that,
talking
when you
right
do
now.
that,
Stop
yeah,
fucking talking. You made your point. You
Right.
made your point. Now let me make mine, okay? You were tweeting this at me multiple times a day, like at least fucking 7 tweets a week, right? Maybe not every day, but multiple tweets a day, at least 7 tweets a week for months on end. This thing never stopped, all right? And you think your little joke that you do over and over
funny.
and over and over and over, the same joke over and over again is funny?
Here's
If
the
you would've
thing.
made
Here's
that
the thing,
joke-
Keem.
If you no, shut up. I'm making my point. If you would have made that
Oh.
joke, if you would have made that fucking joke 3 times, 4 times, 10 times, maybe even 20 times, that's fine. He's joking. But this came from your Twitter hundreds of times.
Then why didn't
of
you call the
talking
police?
No,
about-
Then
sorry.
why didn't you call-
Hundreds of
shut up,
times is an
Tommy.
exaggerate. Hundreds
No,
of,
it is not. No, it is not.
Fucking
No,
is.
it is not.
Fucking is, Keemstar.
No, it
Well, the
fucking
tweets are still
is
there.
not.
We can go back and fucking count them, but I'm telling you now, hundreds is exaggeration. It's not the point. The
Hundreds
difference
of times,
is,
all right?
I was doing this.
At
I was
what
doing
point
this at a
is
time.
it
I was doing
harassment?
this at a
At
time
what
when there
point
was
is
not
it
a huge
harassment?
bandwagon against you. Right? Obviously, some people
What
are still
does
commenting.
that proves my point.
It's a
All right,
big
there
fucking
wasn't
difference, Keemstar.
Okay, there isn't a huge bandwagon of hate against me.
Not at the time.
And one person is constantly talking shit about me over and over and over and over and over and over again. How can I perceive that? Do I perceive that as, oh, look, this guy likes picking on me every day for months on end? Or do I perceive it as, all right, this guy's taking this a little too far.
Was it malicious?
This guy's
was
like
it malicious,
harassing me.
Keemstar? Was
No, you're saying it's not malicious.
Right.
But I'm telling you to try to be me.
I do accept the
Keem,
fact.
you're a public figure. I keep saying this over and over again. And YouTube.
No shit, Tommy. We're not talking about that. We're
But that's the
talking.
thing.
We're not talking about that. We're not talking about I deserve criticism because I'm a public figure. We're talking about Clown tweeting about me and making jokes about me for months on end, nonstop.
I don't understand why that bothers you.
Right.
That doesn't
You take
bother
these
me.
things
Ever
too
since-
seriously, Keem.
No, it didn't bother me.
Okay.
But it didn't bother me. And I'm not saying that I'm sitting here crying about it. What I'm saying is as a person that's profiling and trying to figure out who this person is, the only conclusion I can have is that this dude is harassing me.
It's a massive, massive conclusion to jump to. It really is.
Not really.
It really is.
Seems how you fucking focus so much of your
So
fucking
did you think
time
Dolan?
and
Did you
your
think
life
Dolan
to it.
Dark and people like Max Mofo and people like
Yeah, and
they were
I felt
harassing
like,
you
and I
too?
felt like no fuckers.
They're
No
harassing
fuckers
you?
made like 20 videos about me.
Well, that was a bit excessive, but
shit.
it's still not harassment. It's just kind of
It
it's
is
just kind of
harassment.
milking
Do you
it a
know
bit.
what
And I'm
harassment?
good friends
Do
with
you
no
know what
fuckers,
the
but yeah, he
fucking
was milking it.
definition
It's
of
not
harassment is?
It's not harassment.
Do you know what the definition of harassment is?
Go ahead, you tell me.
I'm sure somebody
It's
could look it up.
repeated unwanted advance. But I tell you something.
Okay.
When
Repeated
you're a public,
unwanted
look,
advance. Stop saying I'm a public figure.
No,
because
I'm
we're
not.
talking.
I'm not going to stop saying you're a public figure because if you're George fucking Clooney and I made 20 videos about you, it's protected by free speech. You qualify as a public figure. That's what it is. It ends. I'm sorry, Keem. It must suck, but I got to be honest with you. I'd switch places with you in a minute.
You took it to heart, Keem. Like these were clearly jokes. Look, I get
Yeah.
when a joke becomes too offensive.
Over
right?
and
I get-
over and over
Right,
and
so
over
fucking what?
and
It was giving you
over
more
and
attention. I mean,
over
like,
and
why are you
over
complaining?
and over and over and over again. So at some point, I'm like, this guy is definitely harassing me. I want to know this person's identity because he feels the need to pick on my appearance, pick on my looks, pick when I like say a word.
Did
wrong
I pick
or
on your
whatever.
looks? I don't
call
think so.
me
I
call
suppose
me
if I called
names
you a
like he's a
rat.
fucking fourth grader. Call me a rat. Call me fucking all these like a gnome. All this other stuff. This dude is doing this not just once, twice, 20 times, but hundreds of times. This dude is clearly a harasser. Not to mention that you have some fucking evil clown face, right? So what I wanted to do is I wanted to, and then okay, so then I hear from other YouTubers that you're gonna make a video claiming that I'm a fucking pedophile. All right, now you got to understand, I have this person harassing me nonstop on Twitter. All right. And now this dude is gonna try to call me a fucking pedophile,
Which was not
I have
true.
fought so hard to fucking get these sickos out of out of our community. All right. And to have somebody call me a pedophile and ruin the opportunity for me to catch more of these sick fuckers out of our community, this was over the top. All right. I no longer wanted you to have that fucking mask. I no longer wanted you to hide behind this colossal is crazy bullshit. I wanted to know your fucking name. All right. I want to know who you are. And there's nothing wrong with me fucking doing so. If someone is treating you this way online and someone is harassing you the way fucking colossal is crazy, harass me, and then is talking to other YouTubers talking about fucking exposing you for being a fucking
Right,
pedophile
which is,
when
let's
it's not
can we
true,
state this for,
I have
can we state
every
this for the
fucking no,
record?
don't cut me off. Don't cut me off. I have every fucking right to try to find out who the fuck you are. Who is this person?
You need to
that
state
is
for the
sending
fucking
so much
record,
hate,
Keemstar, that I
so
was never
much
going to
hate,
make this fucking
so
video
much
about
hate
you being
my
a
way.
pedophile. You need to state that for the record. You're not saying this in your fucking sentences. It was a misunderstanding. You thought I was making a video about you being a pedophile, which is never the case. Never the fucking case. Now, you threatened to dox me. We're never going to agree that it was the right thing to do. Now, you apologized for trying to dox me. I accepted the apology. And I got hate for accepting your apology. Like, that is fucking mental.
Yeah, did you apologize for the fucking months of harassment that you sent my way?
I'm not apologizing for that.
It
Like,
is
that's-
harassment.
It's not
It is
harassment. Yeah, it's
harassment.
not harassment. It's not. It's not. It's jokes.
Okay.
Can I
I
ask you
don't
something?
apologize.
I'm going to tell you
I
something
don't apologize
right now.
for calling someone a rat.
I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm going to tell you something right now. You two, you might succeed. You might succeed in this YouTube game. You might become popular, all right? And what you are going to find is you're going to find people that fucking harass you. And you won't think the same, Tommy. You will not, oh, you're
I
a
have it
public
now.
figure. You're a public figure. You won't fucking think
I
that
have
way,
it now.
motherfucker.
I have it
I'm going
now.
to tell you right
You
now.
know I
Because
have it
what
now.
they're
You're
going to
helping
do
me with
is
it.
they're going to fucking send a fucking police fucking SWAT unit to your goddamn house.
I'm ready
It's
for it.
a little bit different.
Yeah,
Keemstar.
you think
sending
you're ready for it. You
sending a
think
SWAT
you're
car to
ready
your
for it.
fucking house is different than calling
Then
you a
how
rat
the
on
fuck
Twitter.
do I not know that that is you that's swatting me when you're the one that's harassing me every day over and over and over again? How do I know that you are not the person doing
Because
that?
that is genuine insanity. That's why.
All right,
No, it's not genuine
It
insanity,
is.
all right?
Can I
There's no
stick up for
When
you
you
for a
get
second?
There is
swatted
no
and someone sends a
there's no
fucking police...
rationalization from.
Wow, he's really pissed.
Did he fucking leave?
When somebody sends a fucking police unit to your house and guns are pointed at your fucking child, you have to think, who is the person that's out to get you? And you can think of all these different people, and one person sticks out, the guy that's constantly tweeting about you over and over and over again, a guy that you've never said anything bad to, a guy that you never did anything to, a guy that's just fucking obsessed with you, all right, making constant jokes over and over and over and over again. I don't know who you are. I've never talked to you. I've never met you. I don't know your fucking
We had
name,
talked.
but you know everything about me, and you are fucking constantly tweeting about me.
Can I defend Keem for a second, Clown? Is it legitimate that is it legitimate for him to, as a journalist, find out who you are under those circumstances? And I am not saying for a minute that I think this is harassment, but is it okay that he finds out who you are for the reasons he stated? Clown?
If he genuinely thought that I had him swatted, rationally thought that I had him swatted, me personally, then yes, I'd say it's perfectly acceptable to find out a little bit more about me. However, that is not the case. I was making a...
Turned out not being the case, though. It wasn't.
No, it's not
And
rational.
I-
It's
and-
not
and
rational
for the-
thinking to connect
Yes,
the
it
two
is
together. No, it's
rational
not. No, it's
thinking.
not, because there are plenty of people calling you a rat when you got swatted, right? It's not rational fucking thinking. In fact, you think, if you actually
that
think about
time-
it, do you
at that
think
time,
that
you
someone
were-
is going
you were
to
one
is someone going to
of
have you
very
swatted
few-
who's a well-known hater? Like, it's a bit crazy. I mean, it's possible.
it's not.
It's possible.
No, it is
It's
not.
possible, but I mean, it's just crazy. Like, I just don't see
it's
it.
crazy because you are you and you know your situation. It is not crazy from my point of view, and this is all I am asking is for you to put yourself in my shoes, all right? When people say Keemstar is a bad guy because he's fucking doxing people, yeah, you're fucking with me and you're hiding online under a fake persona. I'm gonna fucking search for your fucking name, your address, to know who you are, to know the actual person behind these threats and behind this harassment every single time. Every single time, all right?
Keem, he said if you legitimately felt that way, then it's legitimate. That's what he said.
But it's not rational to make that connection. That's what I'm saying. It's not.
Why? Well, how does he know, Clown?
Well, it's
how does
not
he know?
rational.
It's not
to just
no. What I'm
harass
saying,
someone
Tommy, is
over
it's
and
not
over
rational
again.
to make the connection that someone called you a rat online, someone called you a gnome or whatever. To automatically assume that this guy is a prime suspect in the fact one of the guys that docs.
But wouldn't you kind of naturally do that, Clown?
Rational?
That is not
Clown,
rational, Keemstar.
Clown, I blocked you, and then I would unblock you, all right, hoping that, okay, I'm going to unblock him, and hopefully, he'll stop the harassment, right? And then you go right back at it, and then I have to block you again. How many times does that
Busting
happen?
balls, Keem.
How many times does that happen?
Exactly. It's busting fucking balls.
It's busting balls, Keem. Come
It's
on.
busting
Hey,
balls
fuck it.
one
Fight
way.
back. Fight
One
back.
way.
I mean, that's what you do.
No.
You fight back. Why weren't
Well,
you
what?
fighting
You want
back?
attention?
You're
You
like
want
one of the
attention?
greatest
would
trash
send out
talkers in
a
history.
fucking tweet to
Okay,
me,
so
and I
let
would
me
just
get this straight.
Right.
You're a 14-year-old boy then. You're a 14-year-old boy that's sitting there calling people fucking names, all right? Like names at school, all right? Hoping that the big guy is going to respond back to you to get some attention online. Is that who you are, Clown?
No, I wasn't. I
don't
wasn't doing
think
it for
so.
attention. I was doing it for my own entertainment.
Admit
purposes.
that you harassed me.
Not harassment. No, I will never admit
Admit it.
I will never admit
Admit
it,
it.
Keem. But if it makes you feel better, I feel bad for calling you a rat all those many times.
No, you don't.
No, I don't. You're right. I don't feel bad.
And I don't think it's funny. I don't think it's funny.
Yeah, just
right?
calling you a
because
rat,
someone's-
Keemstar. I mean, just come on. It's not a big
You
deal.
did more than just call me a rat.
Okay, give me an example. I don't think I said anything too bad.
Keem, why are you so mad today? Like, what's the matter? Is somebody like I know
He's
you're not
sick.
feeling
He's
well.
not feeling well.
He's
he's
not
pregnant.
feeling well. like you.
I just
look,
want to get that off my chest. I saw that fucking comment of someone saying, "Oh, Keemstar's doxing people." You're fucking damn right, motherfucker. You're damn right. I'm doxing people. Of course, I'm gonna fucking dox people.
I tell you
Dude, if
something, Clown, I will
somebody
say
is
this.
fucking harassing me or is a threat to my fucking family, I'm gonna find out everything about you. Always.
Right,
Always.
right, but you can't,
But he's
Keemstar, you
saying
cannot
that
do
wasn't-
that for every person who calls you a gnome.
No.
You
The thing
can't
is
do
you
that.
can't dox someone with the intent to harass them, and this is how it gets mixed
You
up.
can't
This is
dox
how it
someone,
gets confused.
period.
Because you got a guy like
That's
fucking
not
Leafy
true.
that's saying, "Oh, Keemstar's doxing people," like I'm doing
Right.
it to harass you. I wasn't doxing you to harass you. I was doxing you to find you.
And I
would
accept.
stop
I said.
harassing me.
Period. Okay, I didn't mean that because I take that back. Because with the Smile for YouTube situation, I do agree that something needed to be done. Now I don't know. You should probably gone to the police with that.
Explain that
particular
more.
situation.
Explain that more.
Well, I mean, this is a guy who was genuinely harassing you. He was genuinely harassing
Thank you.
However, was that acceptable for you to dox him? I kind of think it was in a way. But
What do you
Let me
mean?
finish.
Oh
Can
my
I
God,
can I
that's so
fucking
stupid.
finish
Let him
this
finish.
sentence?
Doxing is not bad.
Let me
listen
finish
to me,
this fucking
viewers.
sentence.
Listen to me right now, viewers. If anyone is fucking harassing you online, jump through fucking hoops. Stay up all night. Don't sleep. Get extra coffee. Find that motherfucker. Find where he lives.
let me
Find his
fucking
fucking name.
finish.
Find his goddamn relatives, and
No.
know who the fuck is
No,
online
no.
hiding behind a fucking fake username.
Call the police.
The police won't do shit, and you
At
are
least fucking
that-
try, right? At least try, right?
I tried.
Yeah,
The
I mean,
police
I
do not
Tommy's going
do
through a similar
shit with the
situation right
internet.
now, or at least I think is. At least try, Keemstar. You think Tommy is going around doxing this guy? What's his
Do you
name?
know how many times
And I'm being
I-
accused of doxing David is
Right.
gaming
You
HD.
think Tommy is doxing
I'm getting
him?
the whole
He's not.
nine from this guy.
He went
so,
to the
I mean,
police. He did the
and-
right fucking thing. He filed a police
just called the
complaint.
cops.
And again, I'm not telling anyone to dox somebody, get their information, and put it out
You
online
just did.
to harass
You just
them.
did.
Shut up. I did not say that. I
so
did not
mad.
say that. I'm not saying to get their personal information and then put it out so that person gets harassed. What I'm saying is find that person, contact that person, all right, and let them know that they are no longer hidden, and that's when they'll stop harassing you.
I mean, yes, they would stop. That is one way to definitely stop it, in most cases. But better way to do it is go to the police.
Go to the cops. That's
Right.
right.
Oh yeah, cops. This guy's calling me a rat over and over again.
I'm not saying
will
for
say this,
calling.
Clown.
I'm not saying
Clown,
for calling a rat. I'm saying if you genuinely think someone has swatted you
Clown,
in the
I
Smile
will
for
say
YouTube
this.
situation, like a situation
When
like that, go to the fucking police, Keemstar. Don't
when
try
I
and
went
handle
to
it
the
on your
cops-
own.
When I went to the cops, and keep in mind, this conversation was happening in German.
I don't know where the fuck you were grown. Like, I don't know where you were raised.
But this is
you
I
don't
was
go to
raised
the
that this
fucking
was the right
police.
thing to do. Sorry, I want
Yeah, I
Tommy.
still-
I
I
want
come
Tommy
on.
to finish what he was saying.
Look. I went to the cops. I got to stick up. I think we know where Keem's coming from, and I think you'll agree, actually, Clown. When I went to the cops recently with this David is Gaming HD, to explaining to them that people make a living on YouTube, and explaining to them, no, this wasn't just some troll. This is somebody that's harassing me personally in private. It's just they do kind of look at you like you're nuts, and you're just like being a bitch. Now I'm not agreeing with Keem as far as the situation with you, but I will go this far: the police do not take it that seriously because they can't grasp that people are making money on YouTube and that there's a business and some people's livelihoods. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, yes, I will definitely accept the point that this kind of new age ideologies around like internet harassment is very underdeveloped. However, you got a police report, right? You
Sure.
got it on record. So if something happens, if something increases, and I understand it as you told me that it's gone to kind of the next step, like the criminal.
Yeah,
department.
because he took the next. At first, it was like 30
Right.
days
so,
of lawsuit
so
threats,
isn't
and then
the
it's I'm going to destroy
transpiration
your
of
life.
this event hasn't the transpiration of this event worked out?
So far, I mean, I don't know.
If
I put
he
it up.
continues
I don't
it's
know.
only going to be more
Yes.
documents in the file,
That
and
was-
eventually they are
that-
going to fucking do something about it because you can't ignore that.
That's why they took it. I just said, look, I don't care if you guys believe me, but just a record, because I think it's going to go up another notch just by the pattern of behavior, and it did. So I guess he moved it to a different department. I guess he was in the slap on the wrist department, and he moved it up to criminal. But who knows? I mean, the lawyer here in Germany may decide that it doesn't rise to that level and doesn't pursue it in Scotland, and I'm fucked. So I kind of sympathize with Keem to a certain extent too, because they just don't get it. They don't fucking get it. They look at you and like, look, if you were famous, I would know you. And it's very frustrating to talk to police. And it's like, look, this guy's trying to destroy my channel. That's my livelihood. It is.
I've got another suggestion then. Why don't you take it to YouTube? Like Keemstar, I know for you, like you haven't got that many contacts because you're just a small YouTuber.
I have,
but
to some
I
extent.
have
to some extent.
contacts.
I mean, you do now. But Keemstar does have contacts, right? So if he's being harassed by Smile for YouTube, why doesn't he reach out? Why don't people help him?
Here's the thing. I am totally fine with letting people have their criticisms. You know, I don't look at all the videos, Keemstar Exposed videos. I could flag down every single one of them. I could do exactly what David HD Gaming or whatever the fuck that idiot's name is. I could do that bitch move where I take down every single video. I could do that. All right. And there are times where, you know, some videos, especially grades videos, they were so fucked up and so wrong, accusing me of ridiculous stuff that's not true. I thought about it. I thought honestly about just taking down his videos, but I've never done it. And the reason why I've never done it is because I feel like everyone should have a right of free speech. However, some of these videos are just not free speech, dude. They're not criticisms. They're harassment. Like, and I think grade A, under A's videos fall in that category. He knew the stuff that
They-
he was
they
saying.
They don't fall under
he knew-
harassment.
Yeah,
Harassment
they
is
do.
the wrong
Fall
word
under
for that.
slander.
They
It's
clearly
slander.
do. They clearly
Slander,
do. They
slander
clearly do.
perhaps,
Not
yes, but not
Slander.
harassment.
They clearly do, and let me explain why. All right, he goes on to say, you know, that I'm a pedophile with no evidence. Goes and says that, you know, I beat my girlfriend with just things that he knows is not true. All right, and then towards the end, all right, he says everybody spam fucking Keemstar on Twitter and tell him he's the number 2 guy or whatever. So you have this big slander campaign, and then at the end, harassment.
You know what? I just it's a good point. I got to accept that point. Like, yeah, if you tell someone to go and attack another channel, I guess it constitutes harassment. It does.
Probably not in a legal sense.
No,
though.
but
I mean,
that
that's
is
a
by
lawyer.
definition harassment.
And then he makes all these references in his videos, and he's like, well, you probably can't kill a channel. Now, what is that saying to the audience, right?
He failed. He failed in
He's-
his original mission.
No. When you say that, what you're saying is, let's kill the channel.
No, that's true.
That's what you're saying.
He did violate. He did violate the recent rule change on incitement. I'd give you that. You know.
But my point
I mean,
is that, you know, I could do a lot of stuff like call the police or strike down a video, all right? But part of me understands, like, look, you can't be a bitch. You can't be a pussy.
I get it. I get
right?
it. You kind of want to be a
have to take this.
vigilante in certain respects. Like, you're a man.
I don't want to be a
it's
vigilante.
my
I
right.
want to fight back.
You want to fight
when
back.
this
I
guy's
get it.
on Twitter and he's calling me a fucking
I
rat
get it.
over and
I
over
get it,
again
but
for
you can't
months,
break the
I'm not going to
fucking
go
law
call the
just to
police.
attack.
It's not the law. I'm not breaking the law by finding out your fucking name.
It is.
All
If
right?
you dox
don't
someone, I think
understand
it's
the
against
law.
the law.
You are simply repeating what fucking 13-year-old little boys
I'm
say
pretty
on
sure
Twitter.
if you dox
it is
someone
not
here in the
illegal
UK,
to
it's-
dox someone.
I'm pretty sure
it is
in the
not
UK
illegal.
it is.
It is not
In the UK
illegal
it
to
is.
find out someone's identity
think it is.
online.
Not in the States, but in Europe it is.
It is
Pretty
only
sure it is, yeah.
illegal
It
to
is.
dox someone. It is only illegal to dox someone if you are doxing them with the intent to harass them.
Yeah, that's the way it's written in the States. I think he's right about that. All right. Listen, that was good stuff, but we're getting close to the end of the show, and I think we really need to talk about Elvis the alien situation because this affects us all. Do you want to talk about a clown, or do you want me to go ahead?
You go ahead, Tommy. You go ahead.
All right, Elvis the Alien is a YouTuber that I wasn't terribly familiar with, and he recently did a video called Leafy Dick Riders. And the wonderful, wonderful people that listened and watched and love Leafy decided to community strike it, and it was clearly fair use. So he fought back. He went through the rigmarole and clicked on what he had to click. Within hours, it was rejected. He has a strike in his channel, no streaming, only 10 minutes long. Interesting enough, Leafy, who I'm not a big fan of, but I have to give all the credit to in the world, decided to be on his next video and talk about how the community guideline system is broken, as well as no fuckers. I can't say his name. The Russian guy.
You
and
can't
a
say
few
his
other
own, to be
YouTubers
honest.
as well. What's that? I don't know how to say his name. But I think, look, I know Keem's got issues with Leafy. I got issues with Leafy, and I have to say that I was really impressed because this is bigger. This is bigger. It's even bigger than YouTube if you think about it. The practice of fair use and the fact that YouTube relies on the community, I think is farcical in itself because YouTube relies on the community without actually viewing a video. It's just will always be some kid figuring it out just how many flags you need to take down a video.
I don't understand why this is a big deal. I've been a YouTuber since 2009. If you have a small channel, and you make videos that could be considered, breaking TOS, if someone flags you, your video is going
Wasn't
down.
breaking
and you're not gonna get it
TOS.
back.
Wasn't breaking.
It wasn't breaking
All right.
TOS,
But
man.
the problem is small YouTubers do not get reviewed. They've never been reviewed since 2009. All right. The reason why we had so many FAG channels, I'm going to tell you a story. Back in the early days of FAG, the Federation of Asshole Gamers, in the year 2009, 2010, we had to make multiple channels because another team popped up called the Abuse Team that made similar trolling videos and stuff. And they decided, because their videos weren't better than ours, they decided to just flag ours. And what they would do is they'd set up a live stream and get like 100 people there, and they would flag videos the minute we upload them, and they would go down. And there was no recourses. After 3 strikes, your channel is down. And they shut down multiple channels by doing this process. All right? There is no recourse for small channels. There has never been a recourse for small channels with community strikes.
And you don't see
The
this as a
people
problem?
that have... I'm not saying that it's not a problem. What I'm saying is that this is not new. This is not a new thing. All right. This has been this way for as long as I know. If you have a big channel, if you have a million subs, all right, of course they're going to fix the problem for you.
It may not be new, right? But it's a growing trend, I think, because, Elvis the Alien mentioned in that video, this has happened to several YouTubers, I think Max, I can't remember his name, recently, and several others. So I think this could be potentially a growing trend.
It happened to a supporter of mine. He made a video in support of me. I've been called everything from a liar to defamation of character to slander and libel. And I had a small YouTuber. If he had 100 subs, it would have been a lot. And he made a pretty solid defense using my clips and David is Gaming HD's clips. David went in there, clipped it. He doesn't have a sponsor. He only has a couple subs, and he didn't monetize the video. And he's gone, and there's very little we can do for him.
You should tell our viewers who this guy is. Who this David guy is?
This
seriously
guy,
messed up.
he's a YouTuber in Scotland. His name is David is Gaming HD, and he was quite upset when Keem gave me the nod to be in the podcast. I got a lot of hate for that. I knew it was coming. But this guy never stopped, and he made a roast video about me, which was clearly satirical. It was fun, but he lied. He lied about our interaction on Twitter. He presented the videos like, hey, I don't think you should go with Keemstar because he's a bad guy. And I came at, fuck you, you cocksucker. No, that's not what I did. What happened was I told him, I was like, look, this is a great opportunity for me, blah, 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 blah. He called me a dick sucker, a dick rider, and this, that, and the other thing. He lied about that in the video. I pointed it out. And ever since then, I've embarrassed him. And you can get the videos up there. It's called David is Gaming as a White Knight Cuck. And you're more than welcome to see it. I'm selling out. And he's never stopped since. And he made another video where he embarrassed himself. So this guy has made it his personal mission to get my YouTube channel destroyed, to make sure I don't get on the Baited podcast.
And this is the point that I want to make. There's a lot of Keemstar exposed videos, but I don't go and strike them. David, if you're listening to this, and you probably are because you've been stalking Tommy, you're a coward, all right? And everyone that's listening to this should know that guy is a coward. All of his fans should know that he's a coward. You should go look at the mirror and look at a fucking coward, all right? And if you don't want to be a coward anymore, David, then change your behavior, because you are only showing everybody that watches your videos, that watches Tommy's videos, or the people that are listening to this podcast, that you are a coward. And this is why I do not strike down videos, because I am not a coward. This is why I don't go and call the police, because I am not a coward. All right?
In fairness to him, I will say this one point in his defense, even though it's not really my thing. He did reach out to me. He was trying to broker some kind of peace.
No, he didn't. He's had 3 people. You were one of 3 people that reached out to me to reach out. First of all, he could call me anytime. He can contact me anytime. And he essentially wants the part of the video removed where it shows that that he lied in his original roast video. That's simply not going to happen. I'd be willing to cut up or take a bunch of the video down, but that's not going to happen because there's nothing keeping him from making a video. See, I got his videos taken down. I won. That's simply not going to happen. It's
Ladies and gentlemen, that is all the time we have for today. We'll pick up this conversation in the next episode. I think we're going to title this one Harassment. What do you think, boys?
No, I think everybody hates Keem.
Yeah, kill yourself. All right, guys. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. Make sure you follow us on SoundCloud. Make sure you guys leave comments. We've been reading your comments on iTunes. If you are listening to us on iTunes, make sure you leave a comment. We want to read that stuff. Guys, thank you for listening to another episode of Baited Podcast.